Howdy, everybody. It's your buddy Brian, back with part 2 in my series on how to make your own comic book. You're going to have to forgive me if my voice is a little bit off. I seem to have a little tickle or something in my throat. I got my Ricola and my tea, my ginger lemon tea, and hopefully that'll carry me through. Anyways, to the topic at hand. Last time we talked about writing your script, uh, about coming up with a story and putting pen to paper, or as it tends to be these days, fingertips to keyboard. And this time we're going to talk about working with an artist, actually producing the damn thing, because somebody's got to illustrate it, and if it ain't going to be you, it's going to have to be somebody else, and hopefully somebody with talent. Okay. I can only speak from my own personal experience, obviously. How did I find an artist? I went to a website, it should still be there, called Digital Webbing. And what I did was I placed an ad emphasizing that this was a paying job. You want to emphasize that this is a work for hire situation. If you place an ad saying, "Oh, I'm just looking for a collaborator," and I'll pay you after we make some money with the Indiegogo campaign, or after it gets published or whatever, back end deals are bullshit, and only rank amateurs will fall for them. So don't fall for them yourself, and don't put them out there. If you don't have money to spend, don't offer it. Now, I don't have a lot of dough. The artist that I work with is Adrian Sibar, who comes out of beautiful Buenos Aires, Argentina. I don't know what it is, but there are all these great comic book artists coming out of Argentina and Latin America in general. They love comics there, and they're just, man, it could be something in the water too. I don't know, but they're producing great artists, and Adrian, my man, is one of them. So, yes, you want to place an ad in Digital Webbing, or there could be other sites now too. Digital Webbing is a site that is dedicated to connecting writers who are looking for artists, artists who are looking for writers, people who are looking for letterers, colorists, you name it. That's the place to go. At least it used to be. I'm assuming it still is. So, when you place your ad, you want to emphasize that this is a paying job. You want to be upfront with your page rate and how much you're willing to pay per page. Now, be as generous as you can within, obviously within reason. I don't pay Adrian what he's worth, and I've told him that. And that's because I don't have a lot of dough, to be frankly honest. But as long as the artist knows what they're getting into, they know what the page rate is, you can have a clean conscience. And if you have a really successful Indiegogo campaign, then maybe you can throw them a couple of extra bucks. But until then, you need to find the right artist. How do you find the right artist? Well, first of all, you want to make sure that you specify in your ad that you are looking for sequential art only. Remember that, sequential art only. Character sketches, covers, that's all bullshit. You don't want to see that stuff. You want to see if the artist that you're working with can tell a story in pictures. Because you can have a great artist, but if their storytelling ability sucks, you're going to have a crap comic on your hands. So if they have previously published work, obviously take a look at that. You can ask them for samples. You can go online, buy a bunch of their old comics. Adrian had done work for DC. He'd done Batgirl for them. He'd done work for Dark Horse, Star Wars, Planet of the Apes. That's where I saw that he could draw the hell out of a gorilla. Excuse me. And it came down to about, what, I whittled it down to about 5 artists. I got hundreds of submissions. Most of those just went right in the trash because, of course, people were sending me stuff that I wasn't asking for, which is to say character sketches, covers, garbage. The people that were pros that were sending me sequential work, and trust me, there are a lot of great artists out there right now who are looking for work. Try not to take advantage of them. Don't be a dick. That's always a really good rule in any situation. Pay them what you can. Pay as much as you can. And when you're looking at the work, make sure that the storytelling is good. Make sure that it's a proper fit also for the tone of the story that you're telling. When I saw Adrian's work at first, I thought it was a little too cartoonish for the mood that I was looking for. So we sort of met each other halfway, and we ended up with a style that we were both happy with. And, well, that's what you want. You want to make sure that the artist that you're working with is going to be happy drawing your comic. Because if they're not, that lack of passion, it's going to show in their work, regardless of whether they intended to or not. So once you find your artist, make sure that you are a free and open collaborator. Once again, don't be a dick. If they do something, if they illustrate something that differs from how you exactly imagined it, if they deviate from your script a little bit, don't be a dick. Don't be a dictator, and be like, well, this isn't exactly how I imagined it, and my farts don't smell, and everything that comes out of my ass is just pure gold. No. You're not only going to be stifling them, you're going to be stifling yourself. You're going to be stifling the comic. That's not what you want. This is comics. It's a collaborative medium, yo. So collaborate. I can't tell you how many times Adrian has sent me pencils, and I've seen something that he did that's different from what was in my script, and it's inspired me to go back and change the dialogue and, switch things up. And when that happens, it's a wonderful feeling. It means that you've got like a good creative synergy going there. Now, obviously, if there's something you really, really don't like, or if they make a mistake, the pencil stage, that's where you want to catch these things. That's where you want to make corrections. Don't be afraid to ask for corrections. The penciling stage, that's the time to make them. So once your comic is finished, once you've gotten the finished art, you're happy with it, your artist is happy with it, then it's time to find a letterer. How do you find a letterer? Well, you either find them through your artist friend. I'm sure they know somebody. Or you can also find them on digital webbing. Ask around. Other indie comic creators. Ask them who they use, who they find reliable. I work with a guy named Bram Ravel, who is wonderful. His work is exquisite. I recommend him highly. What's up, Bram, if you're watching this? Big ups to you. The lettering process, I always, if you're good with a program like Photoshop or GIMP is what I use, I do what I call my own ghetto lettering. That's to say, I'll create little word bubbles. It doesn't have to look perfect at all. But, I'll create little word bubbles, and I'll, type the dialogue in them. And it gives you an idea of whether your page is going to look too cluttered. And you don't want that. I know that it's very much the fashion these days in modern comics, modern mainstream comics, to have pages and pages full of dialogue. We're very much in the era, thank you, Brian Michael Bendis, of the talking head comic book. And frankly, I think that that's shit. Comic books are a visual medium. You want to make sure that the story that you're telling, at least in my case, I want to make sure that the story that I'm telling is so clear visually that somebody could pick it up, and if they didn't speak the language, they couldn't read English, they could still follow the story just by looking at the pictures. That's me. And I think it's that lack of visual storytelling that is one of the main reasons why comic books as a medium, as a business, as an industry, are dying right now. But of course, that's where we indie folks come in to save the day. So your comic has been illustrated, it's been inked and colored. A lot of artists will ink their own work, or they'll outsource to a colorist. You can work all that stuff out with your artist. You may have to hire another person here or there. That's fine. So you got your comic. It's done. It's inked. It's lettered. It's looking great. Send it off to the printer. Now, an odd thing about the indie comics creator community is that nobody wants to talk about printers. I think there's two reasons for this. I think maybe people don't want to give free advertising to the printers that they're working with. And also, they might be worried that they might make a recommendation. They might recommend a printer that they've been happy with, but then other people are going to run with that recommendation, and they're not going to be happy, and then they're going to be pissed off. They'll be like, well, you told me these guys made, first-rate work. And, nobody wants to deal with that hassle. I personally could give a rat's ass. The printer that I've worked with that I have had a very good experience with are Greco, Greko, Greco printing. Forget the name of the whole company, but yeah, just look up Greco and printing, Greko. They're the ones that made my floppies. As you can see, really nice. Try to avoid that shine. Very, very, very nice paper stock. Beautiful quality. Here, I might just adjust that a second. I can't seem to get this right, but yeah, you get the idea. You get the picture. These are nice quality books. Most importantly, though, they are very, very easy to reach and communicate with. If you email them, they'll email you right back. They're also very easy to get on the phone, and that's important. So, you're not going to wait like, a week to hear back from these folks. They will get right back to you. So once again, that's Greco printing. I guess that's pretty much all for this episode. I hope you have found it thrilling and elucidating. And next up, we're going to have a little chat about hustling your book online and at conventions. I'm going to talk about what it's like to have a table at a convention, how to get your convention hustle on. This is stuff that I'll learn by doing. Once again, I'm a member of the Ray Bradbury Club, which is to say, jump off the cliff, build your wings on the way down. Learn by doing, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying this series. Check out the links below. If you have any questions, anything that I haven't addressed that I should, by all means, leave a comment. And I hope all of you are having a very happy and safe holiday season. And I wish you peace, love, and soul. Out of 5,000.